So one of my mentors always says that fear is wetting your pants and courage is doing what you're supposed to do with wet pants. So that quote can be attributed to my mentor Dan Sullivan, a strategic coach, and he talked about that in the context of one of his books. It's one of my favorite books. It's called The Four C's Formula, and it's all about commitment, courage, capability, and confidence. And in this video, I really actually want to talk to you about confidence and the importance of it. And I'm going to get back to this here in just a second, but I was texting with my 16-year-old nephew this morning. He's been going through some confidence shaking things when it comes to athletics and sports. And he's a competitor and he wants to win and he wants to be an entrepreneur. And so I've been coaching him from afar over text message. And one of the things I had said to him this morning was, one of the most important life lessons I can teach him is, if he wants to be a successful entrepreneur, is to protect his confidence at all costs. As an entrepreneur, our confidence is everything, and we need to protect our confidence at all costs. And so it started me thinking about skills and hooks, and this book, The Four C's, and what I've learned from this, and what I wanted to share with you in this video is, so often we want to have the kind of results in our business that are going to make us feel good, that are going to make raise our confidence, but we don't really like the stages prior to that. And this is exactly what my nephew is going through right now. Is there's some stages that he's really uncomfortable. It doesn't feel good. He's in this place where he's trying to decide, is this fear or do I just need to have courage right now? And the answer is, it's probably yes to both of them, right? And so if you follow this formula in this book, and I highly recommend it, it's a super short read. But the first thing is you have to make a commitment. So if you're watching this video, you're watching this video because you've made a commitment to your business. You've made a commitment to grow a business, to start a business. You've made some kind of commitment. And a lot of times, we think we have to have the courage before we make the commitment. But the truth is that the courage comes after, right? So you make that decision and then you start moving down the process to move forward, right? So you make the commitment and then you have to come up with the courage. And again, courage is what you do when you're really uncomfortable, right? It's that whole fear is wetting your pants, and courage is doing what you're supposed to do with wet pants. So it's moving forward day in and day out. No one is paying attention to your content. No one is buying from you. You're doing all this work and you're not seeing anything. Well, what I love about the next step in this is it's the capabilities. After you make the commitment, after you start to have the courage and you start to do the right thing, you develop the capability and you develop the skill set to become better. So in my text with my nephew, we were actually talking about a math test, and he's been struggling in this class. But last night, he did the work to prep for today so that today's experience was a little bit different than it had been in days before. So what he did by prepping last night is he started to develop the capability to show up today in a different level. And he felt good. He felt good and he felt confident today. So what does that have to do with you and your business and hooks and your marketing? Has a lot to do with it. So here's the thing. In your journey as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, learning how to market your business, learning how to market what it is that you have to offer, first things first is you have to make a commitment. And sometimes you have to start doing things that are uncomfortable. They're out of your comfort zone. Maybe, just creating content in general is out of your comfort zone, and it takes a tremendous amount of courage to do that. But if you start doing it over time, it'll get easier and easier because you're developing a capability that you didn't have before. And that's exactly what happens when you make a commitment to get better at writing opening hooks. You see, I have been in digital marketing for a long time. I've had an agency. I've had a social media advertising agency for over 10 years. Prior to that, I had a business where I taught just like this with a co-host. We had a podcast with almost 400 episodes called the Media Marketing Happy Hour Podcast. I've been doing this for a long, long time. And the first time I started learning how to write hooks, it felt weird. It felt unnatural. But over time, I started to develop some capabilities and I became more and more confident. Now, the more you learn how to develop this competency, this ability to write good, strong opening hooks, headlines, and things like that, you're going to start to see small improvements. You're going to see an improvement in the number of people who are engaging maybe with your Instagram reels. or you're going to see the number of likes and shares start to go up. And it might be slow at first, but you're going to start to see those indications. And those indications, those small things, those small increasing engagements, that's going to boost your confidence, right? And the more your confidence goes up, the more you're going to want to go back and double down to get more of that. Because let's face it, it feels good, right? It feels good to have people pay attention to you and to say yes to what you're doing. It feels good to have people click the button to buy or sign up for your program or whatever the case may be. Those things feel good. And those feel good things becomes a loop, right? As you make a new commitment to level up and to get better. So for you, you might start with just learning that hooks are a thing, taking a few minutes to start and think about the beginning of how you want to open this. You want to open a reel or a video or something that you write. I took a couple minutes. This entire video is off the cuff, but the beginning was not. I took a couple minutes to be really clear on what I wanted my opening hook to be, right? It will change everything about how you create your content. And that will start to increase your confidence because you're developing a skill set and a capability that's going to lead to results. And over time, it's going to start to snowball. And so it's really important. Just because, whether you downloaded a few styles of hooks or a few things, that's just the start. That's just the beginning. Like I said, I've been doing this for a really long time. And hooks is something I continue to work on. I continue to work on my skills. I continue to look for new and fresh angles to be able to grab someone's attention. It's not that our attention spans are shorter than ever. It's that our ability to be interested is what's short, that it's getting somebody interested. Once somebody's interested, keeping them locked in is usually pretty easy. You see that all the time with the way people binge watch, the way they binge watch Netflix or Prime series or whatever the case might be. So I really want to encourage you today that as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, as a content creator, as a course creator, your job is to protect your confidence. Nobody else is going to protect your confidence. And this is what I told my nephew. It's a lifelong journey to protect your confidence. If you decide that you're going to go out into the marketplace and you want to be an entrepreneur, it's even more important to make a commitment to protecting your confidence. And the way you do that is by continually, following this step, this 4C formula in this book. You make commitments. You have the courage to take action. You level up your competency. Your capabilities, your competencies, and then the courage comes. And then it becomes this loop that you continue on and on and on. And so I just want to encourage you today to practice hooks. Go deeper if you need to. If you need to take some classes, do a master class. I have something called the Scroll Stopping Secrets that goes a little deeper than some of the free resources that I have. But this is something that over time will absolutely lead to better engagement, better performance, increased click-throughs, higher likelihood that people are going to buy from you. And all of those things are going to increase your confidence. And so just like my message to my nephew was, lifelong lesson, protect your confidence. If you want to level up, if you want to do more than just grab some of my free resources, I want to encourage you to check out my Scroll Stopping Secrets, my workshop and masterclass. That will absolutely positively help you level up your skill set and increase your confidence in writing hooks for any kind of copy, any type of creative, any type of video that you create for your business. With that, my name is Traci Reuter, and I'll see you on the next video.